Oh, hey. Let's see what's the good camera angle. All right, sorry about the technical difficulties, and we're going to be late even without the technical difficulties. We were out in Kent viewing Micah's art show. Micah, who did the Fool's Loop art show. So this is Ryan Hugh, my buddy, channel member as well. He is you're a chemist, right? Yeah, chemist
by training.
Chemist for Bridgestone, and that's what brought him to Akron. But we'll get into that. Think of your tire questions. Let's check out who we have. I'm gonna
I don't know anything about tires, just so you know.
Yeah, just chemicals that go into tires.
Yep.
So we got Pudgy in here. Farley's in here. Rick Urbanowski. Keith, who you know.
Yep.
Fellow Yeti.
Hi, Keith.
Patrick. Patrick is out in Arizona.
Ooh, I've been to Arizona before.
European.
For work.
In the UK, who's jumped in a couple times from the UK.
It's a small place.
Yeah. JMZ, you met on Sunday.
Yep.
He had Specialized Diverge. Let's see. Aaron said some of us might still be in Kent. Wait, I skipped one. Jetsmon, I'm coming to meet y'all and ride soon. I'm over in Trumbull County. What's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Jay Dandy, who's out in Kent. That's whose photos will pull up, who looks like they kind of wrecked a little bit. Black Ball's in Toronto, so someone be texting me. Oh, he said the sound is going nuts. Well, why didn't you guys say something earlier? Nothing's going crazy here. How is the sound now? Did that fix it?
Better, worse. Number 1, number 2. Oh,
fuck. But you said, who's that guy? I don't know him if I like him, and I got a wrench next to my fake internet name. Obsolescence said we made it back in time, which is a total lie, because about a half hour late. So me and Ryan bombed home as quick as we could on the hiking bike, which is, some of you guys who rode the ride, you're on the Freedom, which is flat and straight. The hiking bike is curvy and hilly, and we were a little buzzed, and we did fine. He did fine, and then we walked down the steps to the basement, and he stepped in my drainage ditch and fucking blew up his ankle. So,
can you see this? Where?
Yeah, there you go.
It's very large. Hurts like shit. All good though. For bicycles. And Tim's.
Ryan met you on the ride, Rick. He was with his girlfriend Ping. So the sound problem, I thought I was putting the sound through the TV, but apparently that doesn't work. So he pretty.
What?
There, yeah, just ridiculousness. So let's see let's see if this works. Oh yeah, there we go. So Rusty said his woman was in Cleveland. He's out in Arizona as well. So
we're in Arizona.
Rusty is in. I'm a little drunk. I'm gonna mix them up. One is in Phoenix and one is in Tucson. So Rusty's in. I'm failing. My brain's failing me. He'll tell us. Wait. Nope, my brain won't work. Rusty just said, what, Tim a little buzzed? Nah. So, yeah. Wait, did he say... Yeah. Cassie just came back from Cleveland and brought the Benjamin Danklin. Black Ball is Chris in Toronto. He's got a Hofbrew house. I got to get this bracelet off from the... Do you have yours? I put mine on way too tight. Rick's got the Omission Ultimate Light Golden Ale. He's a gluten-free guy. And Patty's got the Santa Cruiser Golden Ale, brewed in Tucson. Oh, okay, so Patty's obviously from Tucson then. Rusty's in Phoenix. That's right. Gotcha.
Okay.
So,
I went to Phoenix a few years ago. We have a farm.
Bridgestone has a farm in Phoenix?
Bridgestone has a farm out in the middle of nowhere, about an hour south of Phoenix, in the middle of the damn desert. Growing Waiuli.
What's Waiuli?
So natural rubber comes from Hevea trees, which are in Southeast Asia. Waioli is a desert shrub that also makes rubber. And so we have farms in the southeast, particularly outside of Phoenix.
Huh. I thought so when we say rubber trees, there's no such thing.
No, I mean, rubber trees exist in Southeast Asia, but they're monoclonal, like bananas. So if a disease comes, then they can wipe the whole thing out. So we've been experimenting with different sources of natural rubber. So that's why we have Waioli trees, Waioli plantations in the southeast. So we're going
How much?
green.
How much? So I think a lot of people know this, but probably not everybody. People here tend to be pretty smart and in tune with stuff. But so synthetic rubber was created during World War II
Right.
because we lost all the Japanese had taken all the rubber
Right.
plantations.
And that's why
The
we have a
government forced all
historic
the-
national landmark in my building that I work in.
Yeah. So how now, like for Bridgestone, what percentage of rubber is natural and what's synthetic? Is there still a lot of natural rubber in tires?
We use primarily like for passenger tires, for your tire, for my tire.
Yeah.
It's synthetic rubber. For truck bus radial tires, like semi trucks, it's more towards natural rubber. And once you get into airline tires, it's almost like exclusively natural rubber.
So natural rubber is still a better product than synthetic rubber?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
I did read about, it was just a history of the modern world, and they were talking about rubber originally and before vulcanizing, how it became a big thing, but people got like all the boots and everything, and then they would just crack and fall apart after, you know. Oh, let's see what they were. And Pudgy said no foot stuff. Rick will get weird.
But my foot hurts.
Oh, Jay Dandy. Yeah, Jay Dandy dropped that photo we were looking at that he was saying apparently he can't. Where did we see that? Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
So Jay Dandy went down, apparently. Where did you go down this time, Jay Dandy? Because he went down, well, Saturday night might have been the booze, but we met at the same table we were sitting at tonight out in Kent. Kenny's blowing me up.
Is there beer now? I'll go find it.
Nah, Brad's got it.
Where the fuck's Brad?
Funny Brad.
Can I swear on this? Is that cool?
Yeah, I usually wait till after 10, but we're late, so that changes everything. Oh, Rusty said that Cassie doesn't like that. We called her my woman. Is this about condoms?
Oh, condoms are the worst.
Ryan was also telling me about, I'm going to move this mic a little bit. Did he already? Yep, he did polish that off. Oh, Jay Dandy, you were all the way. Oh, the buzz is back? How's that? It must be that cable. Or maybe you bumped something.
Sorry.
Oh, yep, it's this cable. I'll mark this one and throw it away after tonight. So Bridgestone makes no bike tires?
No, Bridgestone makes bike tires, but they're based in Japan, and I think they're only available in the Asian market.
Oh.
It's kind of one of those things that it's sort of looked down upon if you do anything other than car tires in Japan. And so we have a bike tire division, but it's almost like you were demoted to that. And like similarly, like we do golf balls, and we don't talk about it. We don't ever discuss it. It's one of those things. It's like, well, golf balls aren't as prestigious as tires.
Huh.
But we have this thing like, well, Tiger Woods plays our golf balls. We
Yeah.
have the greatest golfer of all time playing our golf balls, and we just don't really acknowledge it.
Huh.
It's like a weird, like, I'm like, I like golf, personally. Would love to work on golf balls. And I'm not allowed. But there's like a weird thing somewhere in Kentucky where we make these golf balls. And they're one of the best golf balls on the PGA Tour. I play them myself. They're fantastic. But not really something that...
Huh. What did... Thought it came up first. Oh, that's well. Rusty just said bikes are better than cars. Oh, I have it on top chat, not live chat. That's the problem.
Bikes are definitely better than cars. And when I first started my Bridgestone job, I was commuting on a bike and I didn't own a car. And I was like, well, what type of car? Oh, they're like, what type of tires do you have in your car? I'm like, well, I don't own a car. And they're like, what do you mean you don't own a car? I'm like, well, I don't own one. And they were shocked that I would ride my bike 5 miles to work.
Huh. Well, it's so weird because Bridgestone being a Japanese, like the most dense, don't people most people take mass transit there?
Oh yeah. So I mean, I was lucky enough to spend 4 weeks working in Tokyo, and it was the best experience of my life. But it was, if you want to get on a train and you're just like, I mean, our entire bodies are touching.
Yeah.
And we're touching like 7 other people. That was my commute to work every day. But otherwise, Japan's fantastic. Greatest country on this planet.
Really?
Easily. Other than the work, if you could go visit, greatest country. To work there, probably the worst.
All the stuff I've watched on it, like singing the corporate songs and all that, does not.
Oh, I mean, they
That's
come
why
around.
That's why Japanese punk rock bands are the best, because there's so much to rebel against.
They're just like, we're there on Wednesday, and people come around, like, they literally come around wearing, like, yellow construction vests, and they're, like, banging pots and pans, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, oh, well, today's a no extra work day. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, oh, well, we're supposed to leave early. And I'm like, so I'm, like, packing my shit up. I'm like, cool, like, let's get out of here. And like, what are you doing? I'm like, I thought we were leaving. Like, it's just a suggestion. We're not actually leaving early. We still have work to do, so we'll leave early, and by early we mean like 8:30 p.m. I'm like, oh. But I thought it was my, like, so this was like my last day of work, and I'm like, cool, like, so we're gonna leave early, right? No. We're gonna leave at 9 p.m. And then we're gonna go out and get absolutely hammered.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, it's almost like all that stuff I see like that, like almost like forced drinking. And if you're not like,
oh, you go out and you get hammered, and if your boss is there, you're like, you're a fucking asshole. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I hope you and your whole family dies. And then next day it's like, hey boss, how's it going? That was outside of work hours, so it's cool. It's a weird place, but I love it.
How did they transfer you here? Or did you apply for a job here?
I applied for a job here. So I went to undergrad at the University of Pittsburgh, grad school at the University of Minnesota. I got my PhD. I started a postdoc. I started applying for 1 million jobs. And I have friends that applied for one job, got one job. I have friends that applied for 1 million jobs and they got no jobs. I was somewhere in the middle where I applied for thousands of jobs. I was unemployed for 6 months before finally getting a job. I was like, why did I get a PhD? Why did I get to do a postdoc? What was the point of this? And then I get this job. I'm like, okay, well. So I was like, why am I moving to Akron? Did I really go to school for this amount of time to move to Akron, Ohio? I was pissed. But but at the same time...
But then you meet guys like me.
But at the same time, I was really, really pumped to move to Minneapolis, and I hated it there. So I moved here. I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. And all of a sudden, I meet guys like you. I meet Otis. I meet Ben.
Large.
I meet Brad. Funny Brad.
Okay.
You know, I mean all you guys.
Ilyamisi Morris subscribes
Really,
to the
like,
channel.
The place doesn't matter. It's the people.
That's what I've always said. That's why I always thought I wanted to leave here. Then I'm like, wait, all the people I know and like are here, so it doesn't matter. Like,
so like I met you guys, and like all of a sudden, I was in Minneapolis, and it's like I didn't really fit into a biking group in Minneapolis. It was like, oh, we're doing road, we're doing mountain biking, we're doing fat biking, but it was like that's what they were doing, and I finally moved here and met you guys, and all of a sudden it's like, we're doing this combination of everything, and we're gonna have a beer during it. I'm like, perfect. That's the style of riding that I wanted, and I couldn't articulate before moving here.
yeah. Yeah, I guess. So, but you're from Pittsburgh. That's your
Right.
home.
Yeah.
Right.
From Pittsburgh. Grew up in Pittsburgh, went to University of Pittsburgh. My family's still in Pittsburgh. But it's weird because I moved to Akron, and then 6 months later, my brother and sister-in-law moved to Cleveland to do their residency. Because they're like, they visited the Cleveland Clinic as a joke. As like, it's a way for them to have a vacation to see me in Akron. And they was like, they fell in love with Cleveland. Like, this is, so now they're at the clinic just having a good old time.
Loving Cleveland, huh? Yeah.
They're in Greece right now, so
Oh.
yeah, I mean, good for them.
There was a well, Rick asked if this was an intervention.
What was an intervention?
this conversation.
Nah.
Oh, Rusty said he worked 90 hours last week. Pudgy said he did back-to-back 60-hour weeks. So they were saying this when we were talking about the Japanese type stuff.
Oh, I mean, when I was in grad school, I was working 80, 90 hours weeks, but that was expected because you had an endpoint.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about residency. Last night I did my first proper event photography gig, and since the pandemic started, it was a residency graduation, and like these people were crying. They're just like, cause like they're like I mean, it was funny to listen to because I know nothing about that world.
Yeah.
But except because I shoot for a hospital, so I pick up little bits and pieces. But they're like all talking about like it's 5 years residency, medical residency. So
My brother's is 9.
9? What's he gonna be?
Surgeon.
Oh.
Surgical oncology. Like,
Was it 9? Because
I mean, he was supposed to. So he's doing residency, and then doing research, and then doing residency again, and so he was supposed to. He's doing research right now, and he's supposed to have this like cute little project with like some mice where they're like transporting, I don't know, something about pancreatic cancer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then the mice didn't die, and then like the research was going too well, and they had to cancel their trip. So that's why his wife was like, "Fuck you, we're going to Greece," and that's why they're in Greece right now. But I mean, she's the smartest person I know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like such a brutal thing. Like that's why I've always been like, everyone's like, doctors make a lot of money. I'm like, it takes a lot of shit to become a doctor. Yeah.
They make a lot of money, but they're also in a lot of debt, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of bullshit. I mean, I don't know. Not everyone can go and say, I'll have your life in my hands.
Yeah. No, listen to the guys who were like the residents who were like the ones who were surgeons, and they had been doing surgery with their program director or whatever you would call it. Like I said, I just have to take the pictures. But I'm listening. I mean, they're like crying, and it's emotional, and it's cool to capture these moments, but it's not my world, you know. And like the one guy was saying, he was like, "Oh, this is the last time we're going to be in surgery together," and they're like, you know, but they're also like, yeah.
I'm glad. I'm super glad there are people that want to do that.
Keith said he hopes we start working on that bike soon.
Hey, Keith. But yeah, I'm just glad that people want to do that shit. So
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we all need it. So, no one's gonna seriously drop us any tire rubber compound questions or anything. I'd be fascinated because you do mostly like stuff that would be used down the road, right? You're testing stuff. Like
Yeah, so everything I do is like about 5 years from being commercial.
So is
So
it for
I
like
have-
longer lasting tread type stuff? Is that
So
what you're-
right now, my last patent was, it's more about long-lasting, all-season tread where we're maintaining like all of the other properties of tires. So like
Oh, and sound you said is a big deal too. right?
sound, wet traction, rolling resistance, all of that's maintained, but then we can improve the wear.
And so would this be so? Obviously, tires wearing out is how you guys make your money.
Right.
But so is it you would charge more for these and they would last longer? Would that be the market idea with them, or is it just to beat the competition and be like, we've just got to sell tires and lasting longer, still make like a battery? Or
I don't know. That's something I can.
you don't need to deal with that.
I don't need to deal with that. I don't know the answer to that. We're obviously trying to beat the competition. We're trying to beat Michelin. We're trying to beat Continental. Like, that's our main competition. But, we're just trying to make good tires. We're trying to be environmentally conscious. And if our tires last longer, then there's less tires.
So
And-
is synthetic like the process? Because I mean, there's an environmental disaster involved in rubber plantations.
Right.
So is synthetic or natural less? What do you guys consider less? Because everyone bases everything on carbon now, but that's not the only thing that matters.
Right.
Like actual. I mean, you guys have taken over Firestone, but actual Harvey Firestone was a horrible person who like enslaved people in rubber plantations. Like,
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. At this point, they're kind of equally environmentally bad, and so it's kind of like a balancing act between what we can make and what we can ship, and sometimes it makes sense to ship everything across the world. Sometimes it makes sense to like pause that and use synthetic.
So yeah, and that's also a thing that people don't consider. Like I always say this with people who drink bottled water, like that sits in a refrigerator and is plastics, and you ship it, and like shipping something, like even if the environmental footprint to produce it was low, now it's going in a truck. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, shipping tires. I mean, that's what we have tire plants all over the world, so that the shipping distance of tires is not that far. Because, I mean, tires are not very economical to ship.
No, I can't imagine. Yeah, you can't change the size
Right,
of
yeah.
a radial. It's
Right,
not like a
yeah,
bike tire even where you could.
You can fold it up and
Yeah.
like pack it in. It's like they're big ass
Yeah.
things. So
Obsolescence. So we actually saw tonight out at the Micah's art show. He said, and so I know you're not a bike tire guy, but maybe you would know this. He said, how much silicone in a bike tire?
silicone, nothing. Silicon.
Well, you might
Silica?
have, I probably said it wrong, so he spelled it like that.
So there's a lot of silica. So tires traditionally had a lot of carbon black in the tires, but we're replacing that right now with silica, basically like sand. Think about like that. So that's better for wear resistance and also rolling resistance. So like think about like gas mileage. So that's what we're trying to move to. I mean, right now, truck bus radial tires are heavily on carbon black, but the industry is moving towards silica to bridge that gap between wear and rolling resistance. And like, you know, you get these tires and you think, you hear like one thing, but you need to take into account the gas mileage you'll get out of that tire.
So carbon black's what makes rubber black, right? Like
Right.
rubber would be white, right?
Correct.
So
It'd be like a grayish brown.
yeah, vulcanization doesn't change it. It's the carbon black. So
Mostly.
when you start using silica, are you guys then dyeing them because people think tires are black now, or
I mean, that's
Just out of
part of the
curiosity.
thing. Like we still need to add like a little bit of carbon black,
and black will overpower?
and then that'll overpower everything. So, yeah. I mean, if you don't add any carbon black, it still turns out kind of brown-ish with all the other stuff you add. You know, because you think about a car tire, like the tread alone, there's at least 30 components in the tread. And then you think about like the casing, the underlining, the undertread, the sidewall, like all of that stuff. Like there's hundreds of components in there.
Huh.
So, and they're all completely different, all engineered differently.
So Rick asked, "Are you making a loud tire for electric cars?" Because I know the quietness. No.
No, we are definitely designing tires specifically for electric cars because the load is so much greater. They're so much heavier cars.
Oh, because the battery.
Because of the battery. Like, people don't understand that. Like, they're like, oh, why are electric car tires so much more expensive? Because of the battery. Because it's double the weight of a normal tire.
So then the motors have to be outpowering a typical or conventional gasoline just to overcome the.
Yeah. So electric tires are different because they require greater load and also instant torque. Not like, you know, your gas-powered car where it's like, you know, the torque happens after a few seconds. It's instant.
This is a question that I don't think you would know the answer to, but maybe you would because maybe they're all made in the same factory. But Blackball asked, "Is there a difference between most brands of inner tube rubber?"
Inner tube rubber for bikes, or
Well, I'm guessing that bikes, 'cause cars don't have inner tubes anymore,
Right.
right? So they haven't had inner tubes since what, the 50s?
inner tubes are butyl rubber, which we use butyl rubber for. I mean, the butyl rubber for the inner tube is the same as the butyl rubber, which is the inner liner in your car tire. It's all the same thing.
So is that just a compound you add to rubber to make
Yep.
it butyl rubber?
So yeah. So the tread serves a purpose, and that's like getting you around corners, getting you around wet stuff, getting you around like ice. But then the inner liner is designed to hold the air in. So the inner liner for your car tire is the same as if you had a tube in your bicycle tire.
So I guess like tubeless, they probably use like tubeless tires. There's probably a compound on the inside of the tubeless bike tire that serves the same kind of purpose.
I mean, the tubeless tire has the latex liquid in there, and like that serves to.
That's
But a bike inner tube is the same as the inner liner of your car tire.
Farley was saying he's in quality control for a company that extrudes rubber, EPDM, and silicone,
Okay.
lineal for mostly window frame gaskets. Does Bridgestone still do tons? Like, so Goodyear used to be like a company that did tires, like was part of their business, and car tires are huge, but they sold off all those other businesses. Then they sold their name 1,000 times, but like, you know, they made hoses for gas pumps, and they made, you know, they had Goodyear Aerospace. Is Bridgestone that diversified still, or are you guys? I mean, you said you do golf balls and stuff.
We're getting more diversified. We're trying.
So now
to,
you're diversifying. So it used to be a tire company.
We're a solutions company now. we're trying to provide solutions to the industry, whether that's cars, like what's that car rental thing?
Uber?
No, where you rent the car.
Hertz?
Neat, yeah. Where you can actually rent the car. I mean, so we're trying to provide solutions to everything, whether that's like renting a car on your own, whether that's, you know, trucks, whether that's like platooning trucks. You know, we realize like the sharing economy is like the biggest thing.
Oh, so a company like Bridgestone is looking to get into even like apps?
Yeah, I mean, so if you think about it, like, so your car, how often do you drive your car?
Rarely. Only when I have a gig where I need to put stuff in it, or it's winter.
Exactly. All right. So,
but that's not
you drive
typical.
You drive your car, let's say, like once a week.
Yeah.
So we're looking at sharing cars. There's that.
Does Bridgestone have anything marketable yet?
So we're looking at partnering with this company that I can't even think about. And
Lyft?
No.
You just say keep car sharing, car rentals. What else is there?
Doesn't matter, but
Kind of matters.
But we're designing tires for that. Because your car, you say you drive your car once a week. And it sits there. And your tires are designed specifically for that process where you'll drive it like 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, 2 hours a day.
So people commute. Yeah.
People commute.
So you're talking about a tire that rides nonstop because people are sharing.
Because once you start riding a tire nonstop, that's a different tire.
Ah, interesting. So it's always
So
it's always warm.
A lot
it's always
hotter.
has pressure.
So we are designing tires specifically for markets like that, where you have the car sharing, where you are able to get a car, drive it, park it, and then be done with it, and then start again. And then someone else comes and just does the whole thing. So that's a different thing. Like similarly, electric cars, lot harder, lot heavier. Sharing economy, it's working all the time.
So
These
what is
are
it?
Different tires.
So are Teslas shipping with a totally different kind of tire than your Ford?
Yep.
Gonna now only 80s Ford.
How's that going?
For your Ford Taurus, your Ford Escort, your Ford Tempo.
But I mean,
you're younger.
yeah.
You don't even know those cars, right?
I know those cars, but yeah. I mean, seriously, that's the thing. Like, it's a different thing.
So the names they're dropping are Turo, Budget, Get Around. Then Pudgy said he's slashing tires after this stream.
Hey, slash all the tires and then come buy Bridgestones. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
I got discount codes if you want some.
And then they're making fun of my tan lines.
What about my tan lines? Boom. Boom.
Got some good farmer's tan going on there.
Look at those muscles, or lack thereof.
Why is Rick screen capping us? Oh, what's that?
Donde está? I don't know. Oh,
Where are you off to?
getting a beer.
Were there any left in there?
I don't know. I hope so. This is all film and eggs.
There's one upstairs. It's a 10%er though. There's nothing there.
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $5. Rubber banana.
I wish oh, that is a good question, Pudgy, that I would like to ask Ryan about when they get back. I don't know. Thank you, Rick, for the rubber. Of course, Ryan walked upstairs to grab a beer and I missed it. No, the little fridge. On the other side of the studio. Do you know where that is? You'll find it. There's a little fridge in the other room where the by the iMac. Look for the iMac. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, Bridgestone Bikes is a good question. We'll ask when he gets back. I don't know if that was the same company or not. I have no idea. But Bridgestone made some really nice racing bikes. They also made run-of-the-mill high 10 bikes as well. But I would guess Ryan, being the kind of mind he has, probably looked into it at some point. Tim has like 9 beer fridges. Rick knows. He stayed here. It's not even an iMac. It's a Mac Pro. I don't know Macs. It's not my computer. It's the one that the photographer uses. It's the old. I don't know. They're all garbage. Dandy said it was the same company. So Bridgestone, the old bike, the old Bridgestone bikes, the steel bikes.
Yep.
Is that your Bridgestone?
Yeah.
So I thought it might be, but they don't make bikes now.
No, they don't.
I promised one of those for Aaron, so we can't drink all of them
Okay.
unless she gets here. Anyways,
Yeah, no, we do not do bikes anymore, at least that I'm aware of. I mean, if we did, it's somewhere in Tokyo, and it's
pushed off to the side. So when they were making them, they made like that. I was just talking when you were grabbing the beer. They made some high end like racing.
Yeah,
bikes
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Well, I mean, this is a Japanese bike. It's a Schwinn Paramount, but this is a Nishiki. But bikes were prestigious at one point in
Yeah.
Japan, and still velodrome bikes are. So I'm surprised the tire thing is so looked down upon when there's such a scene for like that crazy velodrome racing. And
I agree. I don't know. I wish I could answer that. I wish that I could work on bike tires and golf balls.
Mhm.
Because that would be fulfilling for me. Like I
that's
like
what you're
that.
into. Yeah, you're.
I love golf. I love biking. So
So Ryan's a really good golfer. I know about as much about golfing as I know about medical residencies.
Yeah.
But I mean, I golfed when I was a kid. I mean, I'm not like an idiot. I understand. But you're like I mean, what's your handicap?
I'm a +1, or I was a +1 in 2019. So I've golfed 3 times since 2019. But the last time I golfed was I took my dad to Scotland, and my dad's in the hospital right now. But we were able to get on St. Andrews and play the old course in the most vicious wind possible, and it was amazing. It was the greatest experience of my life.
Oh, so a couple people thought Bridgestone bikes were still made for the Japanese market. Bridgestone and Panasonic.
They might be, but I'm not aware of that.
Oh, Rick, Rick, we've never talked about this. Are you a golfer? So you said +1. I've never heard people say plus. So if someone says they're a 9 handicap, is that -9?
That's -9.
So +1 means 1 under par?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not an idiot. I understand that that's insane.
Yeah. So
What is that? So here's a question, because I know biking relatable things, like with watts. Like, what would like someone who is just making like the pro golf scene? What would their handicap be? Would they be a
+5, 6?
Okay, so
So like if you're trying to make the golf Like the PGA Tour, you're probably like a +5, +6. If you're Tiger Woods, you're like a +50.
Plus 50?
I mean, no, but you
No,
know,
just yeah, you were
you know, like,
exaggerating. Yeah.
yeah, like. So I was a +1 for the longest time, and then I just kind of stopped.
Our buddy Zach, who rides with us on all our Wednesday night rides, well, he got a new job. He hasn't been, but rides with us. He's in the videos. He's the one who rides the Surly Midnight Special. That's the Midnight Special? Blue Midnight Special?
The Perry's Winkle.
Yeah, Perry's Winkle. Perry apostrophe S Winkle. So he's a decent golfer. He's a
good golfer.
I don't know how good he is, but he's an enthusiastic golfer. He told us how he went golfing with you, and you guys have golfed a couple times now, right?
Yep.
But he said one time he convinced you to have a drink, and you were like, "I don't drink when I golf."
Yep.
And he was like,
I do everything, but not golf.
He was like, come on. So he was like, and he's just telling me this story when we're riding bikes one day. He's like, Hugh, no, we call Ryan Hugh because there's another Ryan. Ryan's knocking it out of the park. He's like one of the best golfers I've ever played with in my entire life. He was like, and then I finally convinced him to have a drink, and he's like, we're on the back nine, and he's like shanking him onto the road. he's like, dude, he was like, I think he hit one that didn't leave the tee. Like, he's like, I watched a dude go from like you know.
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't golf. Like a lot of people start. So there's this graph. It's like a lot of people start here with golf, like how good they are, and then they start drinking, and then they go this way. I'm trying to watch myself on the video. I'm like,
Yeah, just look at the camera.
So a lot of people start here and go this way, and then I start up here and I go this way, and like we meet in the middle, and then like eventually they just like surpass me, and I'm like, how am I so bad at this? I'm just like losing balls. I'm just like, like the first time I ever drank while golfing, I lost $50 worth of golf balls. Because I would hit them. I'm like, I don't like, they're like, where'd it go? I'm like, I don't know.
Literally don't know.
I have no idea. Like,
Zach's story, he was like, I mean,
do you want to go find him? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Well, let's just go.
And Zach's a great storyteller, so when he's saying it to me, it's like listening to Chappelle, like, you know, or like Charlie Murphy's like stories on Chappelle's show. He's like, this dude, he's like, I'm playing with a pro, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm playing with a toddler. I don't know if he said. I might have just made
that is 100% accurate. I can back that up because, So I never drink while golfing, and then that was the first time I drank while golfing, and I was like, just like slamming beers, and like, and all of a sudden I'm like, where am I? What's happening? I'm so bad at this.
So traveling through, this guy who just joined, I'll have to send you a link to his YouTube videos, and he just got back home, but he just rode his bike completely across the country.
Oh, nice.
And he actually went like out to the coast first to like get all the way back across the country, and he's been posting YouTube videos. So he found, I think he commented, I can't remember how we met, but I think he commented on one of my videos that I started following his videos, and he has the modern version of the truck I was riding tonight.
Oh, nice.
They made one with the same paint job, kind of, but it's like a much more capable, like actual touring bike. You could put kind of wider tires. It's got the mounts for racks. So it's really cool. He did 15 states, and you could drop the mileage again because I'm not going to remember. But yeah, so he's a contractor, he was saying. So he like books this time and just does it. And then he was like posting videos as he rode too, which is amazing. Brought the drone and everything.
Oh, shit. That's legit.
Yeah. And I was like, you would love this because I think like I could see you like compiling your vacation time, be like, I'm going to ride my bike for, you know, as far as I can, you know. And he was going to come, so he was going to do the...
Gross.
Yeah. He was going to do the CNO and Gap Trail and then do Ohio to Erie, but he left so early in the spring, the weather was shitty, so he came through southern Ohio more and even rode some trails I haven't ever ridden, but then went through like Springfield and Dayton and stuff like that, and that's where his video series is at now. But yeah, it's really cool, and I think it's what we all. I think. Well, I don't know all of us, but a lot of people here like bike packing, and
Yeah.
to me, I'm only limited by my budget and the time I have to do it.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, I'd be on the road on my bike as much as possible.
Yeah, I hear that.
So. Oh, so he dropped the stats: 4,000 miles, 15 states, 78 days, no flats.
That's it? No, sorry. Dude, fuck yeah. I love you.
Yeah, he does it on marathons. Schwabel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the tires that Gabe rode when he got double flats.
Yeah, we took him up the that. What's the name we have for that gnarly climb up the? I didn't put that on the industrial gravel ride. I probably could have.
You could have.
Yeah,
and
'cause
that
it's not
that
that-
would have killed everybody.
Yeah, that's a brutal climb.
Yeah.
That's one where the goal is not to be fast. It's not to put a foot down. Yeah. So.
No, but like seriously, good man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, got to get you to the Scioto trails. Yeah. So. Wait, what is this? Golf is just like bikes, except without handlebars or tires or chains or gears or saddles or pedals. That's true. Well, I guess a grip could
no,
be.
golf's a lot more difficult. You can be bad at bikes and still have a good time. You can be bad at golf and have a miserable time.
Yeah. My dad has golfed, and like he wouldn't have been a golfer, but like he was a banker, and it was
Yeah.
like kind of required, you know. And he's still. I'm surprised that he's still golfed in retirement. He still does, but he was never good. You know what I mean? And like he's had like golf pros try and teach him. He never improved much, and he still goes out and like when I hear my mom like, "Well, how'd it go today?" He was like, we won, but not because, you know, when you golf in groups, you do
Yeah.
like the farthest ball thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's rarely his. Like, he must enjoy the camaraderie. It must be a way to have friendship, because it seems weird that I wouldn't want to keep doing something that is a skill that I sucked at, right? You know,
People,
bikes,
I mean that's golf. People love golf, and
that's weird because bikes you could suck at, but it's fun to ride your bike somewhere.
exactly.
Like if you can't ride like the way we rode home tonight at a high pace, you know, probably averaging 16 miles an hour, and
I mean,
hitting-
more than that,
yeah.
easily.
Yeah, 17, 18 probably. But so like we're fairly good at bikes, you know? Like we were bike handling, like we were riding pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Not Dylan level, you know, but riding good at bikes. Like if you suck at bikes but you want to ride your bike to the bar, that's still fun.
It's still fun.
If you ride at 8 miles an hour to the bar, it's still fun. You still saw things that you wouldn't see in your car. You got farther than you could get walking. I can't imagine trying to do a skill that I sucked at.
Ooh, I mean, that's golf. I mean,
If I was throwing,
go on Instagram and just follow some like random golf accounts. It's people being really bad at golf that are lying to their wives about how much golf they're playing, and it's just like what are you talking about? Like, how are you this bad at this thing and still love it? Like,
so
I find myself being a very good golfer, hating golf all the time, and thinking, why the fuck am I doing this?
that's why
And then
don't.
I see these people, and there's like, you know, I'm going out and I'm shooting like 75, and I'm like, that was the worst round of my life. And people go out there and shoot like 120.
Yeah, my
And
dad's
then
like,
there's
"Well, why
like,
not?"
next day, like, let's do this. I'm like,
If my dad's I think my dad when he's in the 90s is like happy, you know. Like,
yeah. I'm like, for me, I'm like, how the fuck do you deal with that? Like that's my nightmare. If I shot in the 90s ever, I would kill myself. I'm like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Rusty said he watched the group video ride today. Seems like you sought out as much mud as possible. I was worried about poison ivy watching it. Yeah, I don't. Well, so far I've been safe, and I did shower when we got back. But
You showered here?
yeah, But we didn't.
before this, and put on the same clothing.
Yeah, of course. No, clean clothing. I know how urosol works. Is that how you pronounce it? Do you know?
What?
Urosol? Poison ivy's.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
You explain what.
I'm tipping over.
Yeah, I know. Well, they bet that we would fall down before 11 o'clock. What time is it?
What time is it? I still gotta go home. My ankle hurts like shit.
Yeah. I know I lost my entire train of the poison ivy thing. So we actually didn't seek out any mud. We were hoping there wouldn't be any. And then it poured in the morning, and we were like, oh, shit. So, but the gravel, the industrial gravel, is old train stuff, and then the old towpath stuff is old canal towpath. So it's super hard packed. So it was like Honda Hills, and then like when we got up to that, like, you know, that Central Interchange part we ride that gets you there. The fireworks with Maris.
Yep.
That stuff gets muddy because those are like 4-wheeler trails or whatever. But the industrial gravel actually like stays really dry.
Yeah.
And so we didn't seek out mud. I was hoping the weather would be like great for like 3 days and we could do like tons of stuff. But the industrial gravel avoids the mud.
But shit got real.
Yeah, shit got real. And Dylan and his buddies were totally up for it. So, yeah.
Is Dylan on here?
I don't think he is tonight. And it might be because I messed up the stream. And he usually hangs out for about the first hour, too. So being this late might have messed it up. But let's see what some of these comments are. Would you rather make contact with a cactus or poison ivy, oak, sumac? Cactus is very temporary. Poison ivy could last for a long time. So, but I don't know. I'm not from the desert. I love cactuses. So when I've grown them, the ones with the tiny needles, when you touch them, you have like 1,000 in your hand, and you have to sit there with a like tweezers and pull each one out.
Yep.
I'd rather have poison ivy than that because poison ivy doesn't last that long. One needle, I'll take one needle over poison ivy, but
I don't know. Poison ivy spreads.
This comment here, Pudgy said, I saw this one porn where the girl was actually really good at golf, parentheses, among other things. And then Rick was saying golf's like bikes in that there are roadies and non-roadies, and the golf roadies also don't wave. He always complains about roadies don't wave when you're riding your bike, and I think we find that too.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same thing. Like, even though you're good at golf, you don't have to be a dick about golf.
Oh,
Same
exactly.
thing with bikes. Like, a lot of us ride.
I'm the same thing with golf as biking. Like,
Yeah, we were talking about it on the way back. Like, he went to a going away party where he met like a bike guy, and he was like, he came out from the bathroom, and his girlfriend was talking to someone about bikes, and she's only been riding for what, less than a month?
less than a month.
Yeah. And then he said when they started talking, he had a Canyon, so obviously ordered off the internet. And he started like mentioning a couple things, and this guy didn't know anything. So kind of typical roadie where only a mechanic fixes a bike. He ordered off the internet. He didn't know you can change out components. He didn't know what cross chaining was. You know what I mean? But he was
those things like, why do you have a 1x? And I'm like, I have a 1x, but I have more gears than you. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, mathematically. And he's like, what do you mean mathematically? I'm like, do I really need to explain this to you? So
then you figure out you really did need to explain it to him.
I figured I needed to explain it to him, but, hey, man, shit happens.
Oh, Dylan is here. What's up, Dylan? Yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of the interesting thing. So, roadies always seem to have this, and again, generalization. I have no problem with roadies. Like, no problem with anybody if you're cool. Like, that's the whole point. Just be cool. Don't have an air of superiority because you bought a Carbon Canyon online. Yeah. Turns out this guy didn't know anything. Like you said, he was totally a nice guy. You could get along with him, but he didn't know a thing about bikes. Yeah. Same thing. Dylan and his buddies would have dropped anybody I know on this ride. Like, even when we did do the road climbs at the end. And this was after, like, being beat up over a bunch of gravel. Yeah. Like, those guys were still stronger riders. And I've talked about this on the channel before. I used to get a kick out of like riding through the valley when all I had was that Trek mountain bike.
Yeah.
And it had rock shocks that were destroyed on the front of it. And I was in my jeans, and then like some dude
Jorts.
jorts. Some dude blasts by me on a road bike, and then I would jump on their wheel to get a draft for a while and be like, hey, is this cool? And then their mind was blown that some
Yeah.
dude wearing a baseball cap, no helmet, on a 2001 mountain bike was hanging, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It's just like, don't judge a book by its cover in any way.
Exactly.
Because I've also met roadies who turn out to be like people who know about their bikes, are meticulous about their bikes, fix
Exactly.
them up, and then are aware of gravel and are aware of mountain bikes, but don't care. They like riding roads.
Right.
It's the kind of
I don't like that, but you know
Yeah.
that's me.
yeah, but it's the kind of person who doesn't know a fucking thing, that just has bought a bunch of Rafa kit, bought an expensive carbon bike, and they think they're
Oh, we
cool.
can buy a Rafa kit.
Yeah, and then they can't ride anything, you know. So. Oh, so Rusty said, Cassie asked, would you rather die in deep space or in a deep ocean? I think either way you're suffocating, right? I think they're equally horrible.
Doesn't matter. Either way, I'm suffocating is fine.
I think I'd rather deep space because then I got the deep space.
Yeah, probably deep space.
Oh, also, I didn't say hi to Alejandro. He popped in here earlier, and that was the one I was telling you was named after Alejandro Valverde, who lives on the Mediterranean coast in Spain.
Yeah.
It just popped in my head. He just jumped in. He said, my sister lives in Florida and lives on a
Oh, I'm
golf
sorry
course."
for her.
Yeah. Well, true. And always wanted to ride. He always wanted to ride his bike through the golf course. Not advised. Not advised. We ride through golf courses though in the
Yeah,
valley.
I mean, when in Rome,
Yeah, but you're not gonna ride through Firestone. So, oh, European in the UK.
I want to do that. Hold on, could we sidebar for a second?
Yeah,
Could we do that?
through Firestone Country Club.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's happening. We're doing it.
Okay, well, don't. Yeah, we'll talk about this later. European in the UK is from Cambridge. That's right. And he said, "Do you think about Viscount? What do you think about Viscount Tony Doyle? Which group set can I use because I'm restoring? Thanks. Congratulations for the channel." Tony Doyle. Well, the Viscount. I have a Viscount. So I don't know what Tony Doyle means in related to the Viscount, but Viscounts are all British threading, so you can upgrade them in any modern way you want. You could put total modern outboard bearings on there. You could do a full neo retro build on there with no issues on the Viscount at all. Oh no, you can't. The bottom bracket is pressed regular bearings, like a BMX bike, and then they pound the axle through it.
Pound it through.
Yeah. So actually, I ordered bearings. I actually went to a bearing shop and they put a caliper on the ones I took out of it. So yeah, that's not a very upgradable bike. Which group set can I use because I'm restoring things? I would keep it as old school and as original as possible. For sure. Yeah, it's the red one on the end. Yeah, those are not very upgradable bikes because the bottom bracket is so unique. Anything with a square taper, though. So if you're going to upgrade to before cranks went to like Holotech or any of that stuff. So, yeah.
You're asking me?
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you're all modern bikes. I'm all vintage bikes.
Sorry.
I know less about modern bikes, but I think all Viscounts are sweet bikes. They were like a totally unique British thing. I can't believe I have one. I bought it for $75.
Yeah.
So, and they made all their own components originally, and then over time they started using Shimano and stuff like that. But they're like a totally interesting, unique like offshoot of the bicycle industry. That's an aluminum fork, and the original ones are the ones that broke. They called them the death fork because
Nice.
they used them. They didn't attach a steel steerer. They just used an aluminum steerer, and people actually like 4 people died on them. So
It's only 4, right?
mine's the 3rd gen, so I have the aluminum fork that's safe, so it's a rarer Viscount. But yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Oh, Pudgy's making fun of me because I ordered that. He said they buy the Giro Rafa kit and get it because I ordered my Giro Rafa kit and then FedEx lost it. Rafa refunded me, but I
Fuck
don't
you,
have it.
FedEx.
Yeah. God damn it. Pudgy said, "Ocean, you're going to sleep fast. Deep space, your eyes pop out." Yeah. Oh, Alejandro came back to say hi. Yeah. Yeah, we were zooming around on, like I said, we like zoomed into the map last Tuesday of like where he lives. It looked beautiful, and then also so cool that yeah, that he's named after Valverde. You know, like he's saying he's like we got to come out. He's like we should do so with the meetups in the meetup section.
Yeah.
He was like we should go out to Spain, and he was
Fuck
like
yeah, let's go to Spain.
he was like I'll look up the I'll show you some of this. He looked up the craft breweries in Spain, and he was like, here they are. We could like make up a route to get out to all of these, and
Fuck yeah.
it's like I was like we need to do a Kickstarter to fund getting out to these places, you know, because I'm only limited, like I said again, by the wow. You guys have chatted a lot since. How did I lose this? Was it not in the meetup section? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was in the drink picks. Huh. Oh yeah. So here we go. I'll pull it up on the screen. So Alejandro was dropping all the like great craft breweries that are now in Spain because I was like, is there a craft beer scene there? Because when I was in Italy, which now has been a while,
Yep.
it was limited. Like Rome, fucking Rome, like a world capital, had like four
Wait.
craft breweries.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's Rome?
Tell this story. Wait. Tell this story. So what he's referencing.
All right. So I was on my way to Rome for work, and I got in my Uber to go from Akron to Cleveland Airport. And my Uber driver's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Rome." He's like, "Where's that?" I'm like, "Rome. It's Rome." And he just like looked at me like I'm a fucking idiot. And he's like, "Oh, right, but cool, like, well, where's Rome?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Well, what would I know Rome for?" And I'm like, have you watched the movie Gladiator? Like, I don't, like, what the fuck, like, what do I say to that? Have you ever eaten Italian food? And he's like, "No." I'm like,
Never
"Have
made
you
pop-
ever, like, the movie Gladiator?" And he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "You're fucking with me." I'm like, "All right, that's fine. Like, I just need to get to the airport and need to get the fuck out of this country." And he is just nonstop. I'm like,
Did you finally tell him? Yeah, I think you finally told him it's in Italy, right?
and he's just like, he's like, "Well, why would I know this place?" I'm like you're kidding, right? Like, so yeah, I finally was like, it's part of this country called Italy, and they have the best everything, and
There's some world history involved.
and they're just like, cool. I'm like, that's your response? I mean,
It's idiot.
I hope to God that you are just fucking with me.
Pudgy said Braveheart is better than Gladiator. That's not true at all.
No.
Movie wise, and I know you're actually you know, a Scotland guy.
Yep.
Would you? Well, I haven't been to Scotland, and I want to go to Edinburgh, and you have been there. But there, to me, like I said, I've talked about this before. To reach across and touch the Arch of Septimius Severus, like where like this depicts like the Romans looting the temple in Israel in the time of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of hard to top. You know what I mean? There's something about Rome, and it's the eternal city for a reason, and they never, and the Allies would not bomb it.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
there's something about that. Like, we firebombed Tokyo. We,
yeah, exactly.
you know, like what Slaughterhouse 5 is about. Like, and
We ruined a lot of cities, but we didn't ruin.
Rome, no one would. They refused to. Like, the capital of Italy, like, would not bomb it. You know what I mean?
Also, Kyoto in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, nope, we're not doing that.
Yeah. I mean, and other places like straight up, like, well, what is it? The what's the city that Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut is about? The one the British firebombed in World War II.
Dresden?
Dresden. More people died in the firebombing of Dresden than died in either atomic bomb attack. Like, that was a civilian attack.
Yep.
Dresden was not even a military target. It was
Yep.
a terror attack, like a terror attack on the country of Germany. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and so we, like, the Allies literally burned a civilian population of a city to death and did not drop bombs on Rome. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, we're not
Patrick
benign.
Dresden, yeah. Well, he said, what the hell is a Scotland guy? Someone who likes Scotland. The birthplace of Salad, Gary Pearson says. Gary's down in southern Ohio. Well, central. I guess that's still central Ohio down there. But Pudgy's like, I said what I said. Let's do oh, Dylan's out? All right, Dylan, yeah. I mean, I can't believe you hung out with us at all. But we appreciate it. And I loved getting to know you when we were actually sober and just riding bikes. And now we're sitting here kind of buzzed. Let's do a piddle break, right? Hey, we are going to take a quick break right now. Grab yourself a drink, hit the restroom, smoke them if you got them. But first off, we do want to thank the members. On a small YouTube channel like this, the channel members really make a difference. They make it so we could do this with the frequency I like to do it and the quality I like to bring to the videos. It helps out a lot. So I appreciate the members. We have a few different levels, and you can check out that link in the chat right now or in the description of this video. Also, you know, I know everybody has all kinds of little ways they get nickel and dime these days with subscriptions. So if you can't help financially, that's no problem. Go ahead and hit the like button right now. Let's bump this channel up in the algorithm a little bit. So we'll be back shortly. And one more time, thank you, channel members whose name you see on screen right now.
I want a tuna boat. I'll give me tuna boat.
Here we go. This is compelling television, right? Oh, Farley had to go off to work. He works late. Yeah. Oh, Rusty was a history teacher too. Yeah. The movie 300. You guys are gonna call 300 a solid movie? That's a garbage movie. I mean, it's a bunch of CGI and fake history.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, shit's getting real when Oh man, you are working your way through them with this ankle. When traveling through said Large, I thought he meant Large was here, but I don't think they even got back from Kent yet. What time is it?
I don't fucking know.
They're gonna be.
I'm not a doctor.
They're gonna be struggling. You're struggling.
Yeah, I mean, my ankle is fucking massive. But I'm cool. I'm cool.
So, Pudgy said 300 was a bunch of D-bags sword fighting with their wieners.
I like this guy.
Yeah, that's why he's a moderator. Blackball said, "All right, let's get wrenching. Let's we start working on bikes now." Because originally I sold it as I was gonna rebuild the innards of the it's over here.
Why didn't that happen?
Because we didn't get back till after 9 o'clock.
Why'd that happen?
Because we couldn't get food in Kent, and Micah and his art slowed us down. He said, "I thought you meant the Chrysler 300." Rick said, "Ryan, did you ice it?" And I had offered the ice advice.
No.
Should we pour this in a glass? This is a good 10% beer we should be splitting.
Nah.
You're about to go dark on me, too.
No.
Or, well, not dark. You don't go dark. You just go silent.
I mean, when in Rome.
What's that? When I'm Rome.
I do want to go home because my ankle hurts like shit.
You just crack that beer.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I mean, I'll drink it.
in the spirit of the
The what?
your shit. I don't know.
Oh, we also have this "What You Honking On" channel where everyone posts their food. So Rusty was honking some. What is that? Meatballs and rice? What is that? Do you know what this is? What's this dish? You're the world traveler.
I don't really know.
Is that Puerto Rican food? Is that what's the dish in Puerto Rico? Plantains. And
Never been to Puerto Rico, so
Oh, huh.
I cannot comment.
one of the rare places you have not been. And then Rick does food photography. So check this out. So he gets to order what he wants, and yeah.
I've been everywhere, but not Puerto Rico. So
Huh. I had a
sorry.
JMZ was crushing some. Looks like probably local beers. Nah, those are California strawberries, right? There's white in them. Yeah, I had a girlfriend who had never left the States at all, and Puerto Rico is the States.
Yeah.
But the most offensive thing that she liked to push my buttons, so she wasn't actually being like a generic racist. But she's like, "Man, I can't understand these Mexicans," and I'm like, "They're not Mexicans because we're in Puerto Rico. They're just speaking Spanish. You know, like that doesn't make you a Mexican." Hello, and like. So yeah, and it was, but you know the thing that was fascinating? So we went on a 7-day vacation to Puerto Rico, and where we stayed was 50-50. It was like almost everyone spoke both languages, was bilingual, and like a lot of expats. So like you were like where we were staying was an inn run by expats. You know what I mean? But then like the groundskeeper was a Puerto Rican, but he could still like
Sure. Yeah.
speak to you in English, right, with an accent, slight accent, better than we could, way better than we could speak Spanish. Oh no, we got different. But when we got back, I said,
What the fuck is that?
someone asked how many people spoke English, and I was like, oh, almost all of them. And her answer was like, almost none of them. And I'm like, the perspective of someone who hasn't traveled anywhere before was like mind blowing, you know, right? Oh, is the door locked? You want to, here, go let them in. I think Aaron and the other crew is back. But yeah, she was like one of the most this way. One of the most street smart people I've ever met, smarter than me, could cook, could fix stuff, but was not worldly in any way. And it was just like a really fascinating thing to all of a sudden realize about someone, you know.
You did it, bud.
Oh, Rusty said it was Indian food. Are you going to come on?
Should I?
Is it you in bed?
Does the crowd want me to come on?
Gross.
So we got Molnar up in here. Oh, we got Large up in here too. You guys going to get in here?
I mean, do you want us to? I
Yeah.
mean, let's take a vote.
Talking rubber?
No,
We're past that.
I'm out.
I sprained my ankle earlier, so if you guys want to get the fuck in here, that's super cool.
Yeah,
walking
and
down
that-
these goddamn steps.
Come on in. Why don't you move it up?
Wait.
How much room do we have this way? Oh, yeah. You guys
Goodness.
come on over here. Gross.
Man, you're gross.
We got Large. We got Molnar. Hugh.
Make that dude with the broken ankle answer the door, you dick. Ah, nice.
Well, Ryan's hammering down the mile
Oh,
wide.
look how excited Rick is to see me. Hi, Rick. I'm
Does
excited.
Marge have pocket tendies?
He ate them all.
Well, so if you're going to grab me some chairs, we don't need to get in this tight.
How you doing, man?
Oh, hey, buds. Hey, aw.
Fuck, my ankle hurts.
He stepped in that.
You want some ice? Have you
No,
iced it?
No, it's fine.
We all talked about ice.
You all talked about it? Yeah, that's real bad. Yeah. Give it all
Oh,
you got, bud.
So we got, this is the one I brought you. This is the beers I brought you from Louisville. Hugh got into them.
Yes.
Do you want to
Sorry.
try it?
You got into it?
Yeah.
Hey man, my ankle hurts.
That's okay.
So bad.
He's rubbing my poor shoulder, so he can get into whatever he
Yeah.
wants.
Well, good. So what did you guys end up doing? Just sitting out there with the boys?
Waited for Micah and Greg to finish up their food
Yeah.
and then headed back.
Probably have some decorum. You're gonna laugh at that?
Well, I mean, I don't even know what I'm laughing at.
I think it's a
Pee.
category on Pornhub.
I got a bad shoulder.
Which one?
This.
That
coming
one,
Back.
the right one.
Rick asked for Smokey.
That-
Give me that elbow.
Is that an elbow?
Donde estás mis pantalones?
Where's Smokey? Smokey's at home. I miss her. And the bean. What do you think Bean's doing?
Oh, doing dumb shit.
This is like the video of the girl on the couch with lots of dudes.
No.
Yeah, so do you guys, I guess we're done with the rubber compound questions.
What were the rubber compound questions?
No, we're doing a little rubber compound chat. Why you gotta hide everything back here?
It's just
So
Ben's
wait, so
helmet.
where did-
Ben can put his helmet wherever he wants to put his
Where
helmet.
did Rick sleep?
In the guest room. Have you not seen the guest room?
They
I thought
said,
that was here.
no, it's over here.
Oh, around the corner.
So Pudgy said someone says Pornhub and Marge buckles his helmet. Not his first rodeo.
I know what I'm getting
This is
into.
not friendly to everybody.
What?
What?
That's okay, lead the conversation.
I don't. have anything
Look
to
right
say.
at the camera and
Oh.
tell the people what you want to talk about.
Are we still on camera?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about my pacer.
Ah!
Ben, are we putting the same size cassette on my pacer as we had?
1 tooth less.
1 tooth less? What does that mean to
You're
me?
making it harder?
Yeah, why are you
That's
making it
all I got.
harder? I did also.
I ask Ben that question all the time.
That's what she said.
I did also see an article today about, or no, I think it was a post from Frontier Bikes that Shimano's has shut down another
Shimano
production
sucks.
facility.
The Malaysia factory, yeah.
So I don't really have a choice. I gotta.
Yeah. That's,
My bike is getting harder.
yeah, put it in the big rig.
Yeah, it's your fast bike. You have your gravel bike
What's
now.
this? Should I?
It'll be
How
fine.
often did you hit that easy gear anyways? So Erin's having her Surly Pacer rebuilt. Since she got her Bob and Bora, she has not been riding the Pacer. Well, you haven't ridden the Pacer.
I literally haven't.
Well, you took the saddle, so.
Right. I rode it in circles on my driveway the other day. That's the
Yeah.
extent. What do you want?
So,
I'm gonna try that.
oh yeah. So what? These are long gone. So what else?
Are there any left for me?
Yeah, there's two.
No, there's one.
Wait, you didn't
Why?
go-
Because you're opening one now?
Is that a good idea?
I'm trying to go home.
Then no, I don't think it is a good idea.
Oh, so it's a 9-speed.
Oh, hello, people.
Pudgy, it's a 9-speed group set. So
Oh, that sucks.
What?
Shimano 9-speed.
Chain rings. Should I just go ahead and replace the chain rings before it's too late to not be able to find chain rings?
I'd just try it.
Okay.
Apparently, there's some options.
Do you think the front chain rings really need to be replaced? What was your opinion?
I don't know. I didn't
He didn't assess it.
assess it.
Are you gonna ride home? Are you good?
I mean, yeah.
Do you want to sleep in the guest room? Rick slept there. Let's see what it looks like. Have you seen it? You want to go check it out? We'll be back.
All right,
Go
yeah,
look at the
you-
guest room.
Ben,
Ben.
Papa Squat.
Have a seat.
Large,
Give me your lighter. I'll be back after.
You walking here up?
I'll walk you out.
Let me sift through these tendies.
Wow,
real
that
quick.
made. I'm going to smoke. By that I meant I'm going to smoke a cigarette, not like anything else.
There must be
Okay,
some.
now that's all.
Might be some tendies on there.
Yeah, watch out for the tundies.
It's like here, right? Look, there's a whole guest room.
Pudgy says he's got cassettes. Sora, 9-speed Sora.
Cassette. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever cassette we had was the easiest tooth was one harder.
So what? 11 to
26,
and that's probably a 50
or 20. She had she either had a 28 or 27, because the cassette was all Ultegra.
So Pudgy said, what's her Spider BCD, Ben? I might have front rings too.
It might be 130.
I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure.
anything about that. I've just everything I've ever put on has always worked. So
I think backup plan, the bike that Jacob gave me, the Rally Clubman, has a Tiagra crankset that would work on that. I think the chain rings will be fine with a new chain and cassette. But I don't know.
I know chain rings wear out, but
It's also like Shermack rode it for a while.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
wears stuff down,
Yeah.
and it was used before he got it.
yeah.
So who knows where it came from?
Half of my thing is like, and I guess it wears down the chain or whatever, but like my Peugeot has 4,000 miles on it. I bought it off a guy who had it sitting in the yard. I don't have a problem shifting the front chain rings. You know, like the rear cassette had to be changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yonda was saying that it might jump around a little bit.
So, but if you notice that, then it's a problem. If it's
Yeah.
not jumping around in the front rings, is it really a problem?
And that's why she's just replacing the
Yeah.
chain and cassette.
And I'd definitely be more conscious of my 11-speed group sets because that shit's so expensive. I don't want to wear it down, but
Yeah. Make Ryan sleep in the wet spot. So,
Oh.
did you find the turd yet?
no. Where is it?
I don't know.
Someone circled it, and they showed right here, but there's no turd right there.
Oh, it wasn't there. Got to get my bearings.
Yeah, because it's backwards. Too. Oh, I didn't say what's up, Oren. How you doing, man? Oh, he dug the industrial gravel ride. Yeah, thanks, man. Pudgy's got 5 by 110. That doesn't mean anything to me.
5-bolt,
Oh, 5-bolt.
110.
So that's what this is, right?
I don't know. Probably. 53 tooth.
Is that a 53 on the front?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It says 53. Yeah.
Yeah, this Schwinn has a 53 on it, apparently. Well, Paramounts were still their racing bikes,
53, 39.
Yeah, 53s were still their top of the line. Look how small that is in the back, too. What is that, a 24?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
That's not even that. But the weird thing is, that's not that nice of a Shimano group set. It's the 500. It's not even a 600 group set. So what would that be? Modern, I guess 105 equivalent, right?
I don't
Because
know.
600 is Ultegra, so 500 would probably be 105. But there is a significant jump. Does it say what the smaller chain ring is?
39.
39.
53, 39.
So your easiest gear is like a 39, 24 maybe?
Ooh. Yeah.
They were considered race bikes. I mean, this guy doesn't have build up as one, but that has most of the original group set on it. So he has that stupid stem. But I think I paid $40 for it. So I mean,
I already called dibs on the saddle last week. It's in the chat. Look it up.
look it up. I was thinking too, I would harvest those bar ends off it for something else, like a future build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would have been so. Someone has converted it into something over time. Like I said, it's a nice Nishiki. That's what it is. It's a really nice Nishiki. It's not a garbage bike. It does have a big old dent in the top too, but that doesn't even matter that much on a steel bike, right?
Should be all right.
These wheels are garbage. I don't know. Look, they don't even look like they have a brake track.
Yeah.
With 23 tires on it. But again, $40. I was like, $40, I could make some cool YouTube videos with this bike. So it's way too small for me too. Like, so eventually I'll fix it up and sell it to someone who could ride it. I don't like bikes sitting around. I mean, the sentimental ones, they could sit around, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Pudgy, didn't I buy your 11 to 34? Isn't that already mine? Like, didn't I already make that agreement? There's no way her rear Ultegra, that's like a mid cage. It wouldn't run there's no way it's going to reach a 34 on that Surly. No, there's not a chance. I had to put a wolf tooth on the Raleigh when I was running a 34 at 9-speed 105.
We do have some of those.
Yeah. And that rubbed. Like, that still rubbed on the 34. It wasn't until I went to 11-speed 32 that I could easily shift into the 32. But that 34 does not work with 9-speed.
How long does it take to check a bed? I think they found the wet spot, Rick.
Erin's gonna smoke. She's a smoker. So, you're putting your science glasses on, as I say on GCN. 11 to 34, huh?
Get into my rubber. How'd that go?
What?
Ryan's
Oh, he was coherent for a while.
rubber.
Like, he's super fascinating when you start to ask him about, like, when you really ask about, like, tire compounds. Like, he's like, the tread has nothing to do with what the tire is built out of, which has nothing to do with, like, he's like, butyl rubber. Like, someone asked Obsolescence asked an inner tube question. He was like, oh, if you're running tubeless, that's what the liquid is in there. It's the latex. But in your inner tube, it's the same thing, and they build that into a tire because tires don't have tubes in cars now. I mean, he's fascinating when you get it. Well, to me, as a nerd, when you get into like that stuff, I like find it really, really interesting. But he was saying how like with Bridgestone, they look down on bike tires. So even though they make them for the Japanese market, like it's like, oh, if you work in the tire division, you're like lowly, like you're a piece of shit. He said same thing. He was like, they make the best golf balls in the world, but it's not like a big deal.
Balls.
Did he ride home?
No.
Oh,
He gave him some ibuprofen and he took them dry.
Raw dogged them.
He
is
raw dogged them.
So he's laying in the bed?
No, he's sitting on the stairs outside.
Oh, okay. Because I was talking about him like
That
he's
is
not
very
here.
dirty.
Was the door open?
Yeah.
Can you hear me out there?
No, not really.
Okay, good.
I got the stream going.
What'd I miss? What'd
What-
you talk about while I was gone?
We jumped away. Oh, so Pudgy has an 11 to 34, but I don't think there's any way your derailleur on that Ultegra would hit the 34. No, there's. I know it's not. It's a short
But
kick.
he also said he had a derailleur.
Oh, he has a derailleur. Oh, I'll send my Sora near derailleur and it'll clear. That would work. Let's touch this. There we go.
I don't know what any of this means to me.
Rusty said shouldn't have started the evening with an 11%. Tipa?
Triple.
Oh, triple IPA. Yeah, yeah.
Tipa.
Well, that's why I keep you guys around.
Smoking's bad. Okay.
It is, Brick.
It is bad.
100%.
So, for everyone that was on the industrial ride the other day, who all saw Funny Brad's tattoo? Because it was peeking out.
He was peeking at the top for sure.
It's always peeking out.
I know. He didn't.
Little
He
lizard.
wore like the knee highs for a long time, and when he didn't, I noticed it, and that's what started this whole thing. I was like, "You have a tattoo, a leg tattoo?" And he was like, "Ah."
Oh.
He's like, "You think you're gonna hang out with friends?"
Oh,
Oh, we
should
got a new at least in the chat.
Oh my god, I gotta call my dad.
Ed B. Sim said hello. What's up, Ed B. Sim? Yeah. Just the Tipa.
I got some local legends. 4 of them.
Oh, now we're going to go through your Strava ride?
No, it just happened to be up. I do have to call my dad, though.
You're going to do that on camera? Oh, look at the screen cap. That's good. Babe.
Oh, wait.
What?
Is that the turd?
Everyone keeps circling random things, yeah. No, it's down a shelf. I think on the roach clip.
That's the turd? Oh, this is the turd.
This picture is awesome. Yeah, Black Ball's got like this screen cap. He's drinking a Pilsner or a Kel. Isn't that one? Of
In a
Dan-
can?
That's one of Dan Lloyd from GCN.
Did I do that?
I went to that brewery.
You've been to Pilsner?
Drank
Okay.
it unfiltered out of a keg while I was
Oh,
doing
look at
its
that
thing.
crank. That's got some serious drillium going on there.
Did you get the joke, though?
No.
Did I do that?
Steve Urkel.
OMG. Okay, gotta call my dad. I'll be back.
Steve Urkel. Papa Squat, man. Large, I mean. Let's see what JMZ said. I saw Keith before he knew who I was. Then he disappeared when he met him. Oh, Jay Danny. Yeah, Jay Danny, you were working way too hard probably to pay attention. Jay Danny was hustling, right? I mean, he was, like I said, that's why he won the biggest badass award of the gravel ride. I mean, most underbiked. I guess Albert was probably in contention for underbiked on the cost check with 38s.
Yeah. Still. Yeah.
I mean, of all the finishers, Jay Dandy is by far and away like the biggest badass for doing it. Like Dylan is dudes would have run another 40 miles on us. They would have been like, let's do it one more time without the brakes.
Yeah.
You know.
J Dandy and Brad.
Oh, so Ed B is from Terry's streams on the Twitch streams, I assume, 'cause with I can't pronounce that right now, Chalakoited, but yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. So we're in Ohio. We're sitting in Cuyahoga Falls, right on the border with Akron, Ohio. So like 40 miles south of Cleveland, but yeah, for sure. Oh, Bradley B, what's up, man? How you doing? Bradley B is he Yetis, right?
Bradley. Whoa. Bradley.
Now I need to put him. I know the context too of his Strava name. I think he Yetis at the Bradley B. Let us know. I know. I'm forgetting it now. Because we're drunk. But Bradbot on Strava. Do you know Bradbot?
Oh yeah.
Is he a Yeti? He's from our.
No, he's he is friends with Patrick Ivankovich.
Oh, we rode up to Memorial Day on Memorial Day
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Also friends with Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, that's right. Got it now.
Velagaski.
Jay Dandy said, "Funny Brad was the baddest because he powered through a near bonk," which is true. Yeah. I was riding 42s traveling through. I think. So I had 42s tubeless. AJ from Akron Coffee Roasters was riding 38s on his Surly Cross Check. Dandy was riding a Gary Fisher, right?
Yeah.
That he had modified to be more of a gravel bike. Yeah. So the wider. Jay Dandy said Albert and I shared wheels a lot, yeah. But like the really gnarly stuff, what we call the East Side tracks, I would say, for most people, 42s are minimum, like 42 tubeless,
Yeah.
running like 35 psi. I would rather be on 48s out there or something like that. I mean, that's like we're used to it. It's what we ride, and I've ridden it on 38 tube tires before, but it beat the hell out of me, you know.
I think one of the first
Well, you rode on your fixie, right?
times I rode that, I wanted to take the Yetis down it. It's when Otis was out of town, and it's like, if I can do it on this, I think most people would be able to do it on whatever. And it was rough, but
Yeah.
got through it without any flats.
Yeah, Malk. Right now, I'm running the Renee Hurst. What are those ones? The No, they're not the Hurricanes. They're the.
I forget the name of those.
It's sitting right over here.
I know mine.
Yeah, but Malk, mine are 42 Renee Hurst tires. But I was running Terravale Cannonballs, 42s, 2 sets of those on it, and then I had WTBs. Riddlers before that. The Renee Hurst are by far my favorite tires.
They're nice.
Yeah, I mean they're super grippy in the gnarly stuff, but they're like on the road, they feel.
Yeah, they roll completely fine.
I was talking to a couple people on the industrial gravel ride, and I'm like, when we were on the road, I'm like, you don't hear these knobs. They don't. Renee Hurst. I know Ultra Dynamico is super cool. I think Renee Hurst makes better tires. Like those are better tires.
I think they're both pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Just how passionate they both are about them.
They both both care, and they both design good stuff.
And they're both made like by Panaracer anyways.
So are
but-
Terravales, right? Aren't they all Terravale?
No, not Terravale.
Are you sure? I
Yeah.
thought Terravales were made in the Panaracer factory too.
No. Not Terravale.
Are you sure?
There's a few of them.
I know. Yeah. So basically, Panaracer makes really great tires. That's what I was riding tonight on my Trek. The what are those? The
Evo, Super
yeah,
Evo,
the
something.
Super Evos. Like the 32s, which those tires.
Super yummy. Panaracer makes those too.
Oh yeah. Anyone ever use them? Do you know anyone who's ridden those?
Dylan's ridden the. I mean, Panaracer has a tire that's like exactly the same as that, like tread pattern and everything. I don't think he really cared for him. We build up that crust, the other crust in the shop. That Adam, he ran those super yummies, but he just switched to Gravel Kings. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't like them or just wanted to try something different or what.
I never had a problem with the Gravel Kings, and I'm still running Gravel Kings on a couple bikes. But I definitely like the Renee Hurst better. Even like the more knobby tires, I still feel like are more grippy on the like even when we climb the wetgrass landfill hill, and I still feel like they're smoother on the road than Gravel Kings. And it's like counterintuitive because you look at Gravel Kings and it's like the small tread. Mm-hmm. But I kind of felt like Gravel Kings would pick up like mud, like they would like chunk up, like since the smaller tread would hold more of like the sandy stuff like Route 8 gravel.
Yeah.
I also like the WTBs because they didn't seem to hold a lot of stuff, so they would stay as like tires that grip a little more. Do you think that's right or not?
Probably. I know with the knobby Gravel Kings, at least when they're like new, like you get out into like little gravel or like towpath type stuff, and you can see like they grab onto it, but they like grip it and then pull it around, and then stuff goes just flying everywhere.
Your toilet is running.
Did you?
I didn't know. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to just pay for water forever. So.
Did she what?
Keith was out. Good night, Keith. Oh, and we were talking about places. So yeah, Rusty and Patrick are in Arizona. What is Pudgy saying here with the
knobbies?
They're literally two tires, but they have like 50 freaking names. Yeah. Oh, probably the Ray Hurst because they're like Hurricane Ridge,
Oh, yeah.
Windswept Ridge,
Juniper Ridge.
Juniper Ridge. Is he just sitting there chilling?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't go outside when I was on the phone. His bike's still here, so we are being upstairs.
So you could go out this way.
Pumpkin Ridge.
Pumpkin Ridge.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
You piece of shit. It's called it.
Oh, so Bradley likes the WTB Resolutes. Do you know which ones those are?
The name sounds familiar, but
Okay, yeah. So Patrick was saying Gravel King SK's gravel out of debris.
Debris.
Debris. Yeah, and they feel squirrely on pavement with low PSIs. Yeah, I'm not anti Gravel Kings. I just feel like I've liked some of the WTBs, the Terravales, and the Renee Hurst better. But some people, I think at narrower widths, I like the Gravel Kings, like 38s and stuff like that. And they even make those down to like 32 with that tread pattern, right?
26.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Turridge. So what was the one we missed? Let's look it up. The one we
The Resolute.
yeah, WTB Resolute. Pull it up here on the big screen. This is great. That's way too high. I know I need to work on this, but it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Everybody, Squarespace sites. Oh yeah, look how there's a lot of space in there. That's not
Yeah.
going to be picking up a ton of stuff.
Like a little knobbier than the Riddler.
Yeah. It's got the side tread that pops up a little bit. That's what's so great about the Renee Hurst ones is the cornering on the road. It feels like very smooth. Like you never feel like you're riding on knobbies. It doesn't sound like it, or it doesn't feel like it. I don't think I'm gonna use anything else besides those on at least the Raleigh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're a good tire.
Yeah.
Would you like to,
No. See.
How's your dad doing?
He's okay. He's better than he was earlier.
So, can all the Gravel Kings be set up tubeless? I believe they are all tubeless compatible, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think they're all tubeless compatible. I don't think I've ever set a pair up tubeless. I've run them all tubes.
Do you want me
I think it's
Hue monitor.
to? That is not my job.
Oh, do you know this one? Patrick was saying I really like the Continental Terra Trail.
no.
Someone shit all over Continental earlier tonight. Someone was like, Continental tires suck. But their road tires are like considered top of the line, like GP 5000s and stuff, right?
Yeah, they make some good stuff. They
Yeah.
make some real cheap stuff too, but
They're one of those, they're like a Trek, right? They do everything, you know. Oh, Rick said it's like we're watching fireworks. Yeah, the screen that we have the internet on is above where, yeah,
yeah,
the
pull it
camera's
up-
over here.
Pull it up on the internet.
I'll figure it out. I will dial this in. Where was the one we were just talking about by the Continentals?
Continental Terra Trail.
Where, do you see where that is on the chat so I can
Right
copy and
there.
paste it? You just
You
point
just two up. One more. There.
here?
No, one more
Down,
down.
down. You right there,
All
right
right.
there. You got it, babe. I'm going to bed.
Are you going to check on Hugh?
That's not my job.
Are you going to bed here?
No. Babe, Bean and Smokes. I love you. I want to sit here with you, but I gotta Bean and Smokes at home.
Where are they? Oh, there we go. Oh, they're like the round kind of knobs. Oh, you got a pop up? Interesting. That's a new thing for the internet. Oh, really? Moose Joe?
Babe, will you drive me home?
Babe, I've got an extra bed down in the basement. Hugh's,
What?
Hugh's going to take that and then you can sleep upstairs with me.
What if I sleep down here and then Hugh sleeps upstairs with you?
Either way. I have never seen, this is an interesting tread pattern, right?
Kind of looks like.
I saw the tread pattern.
What is that tire? The G1 Schwalbe.
Oh, that's what it said. Schwabel MTB
Schwabel.
is like marathons, but yeah.
Oh, bye guys. See, they're all saying goodbye. I gotta go home, so they haven't wasted their goodbyes. Give me a kiss, babe.
Not in front of the guy.
Oh, want to do that full screen?
I'll check on Hugh on my way out.
Yeah, is he inside still?
I have no idea. His bike's still here.
No, then he get that far. What's some other? Tim's getting some chemistry pocket tendies.
$65 bones.
The G1s, but seem to be more durable. Budget was like gross.
Yeah, they look like that.
In 1 second.
The Schwalbe G1. Rest of the stream, you just put the camera in here.
Get a room. We always used to do that when like one of our friends would hang up. Like they'd be like, bye, bye, babe, I love you. We're like, oh, you love your girlfriend? That's so gay. So, I can just hear them talking in the background. Like, he was mumbling himself. You should ice that freaking ankle. Like,
Oh yeah.
did you see it? It's like a golf ball. And not a Bridgestone golf ball. Black Ball wants to, Chris in Toronto keeps wanting us. He's like, let's get into the wrenching on shit. And it's like, yeah.
We could put some air in this tire.
Nah, I think those wheels are coming off. Gross. Well, maybe we should have this whole. What are you riding home tonight?
Abort.
Abort. Let's do a pedal break. What up?
So what's going on up here?
Infinite pedal break. What, did that play twice?
I told ya.
You said it played twice. I thought that took the normal amount of pedal time.
Homie is lost in the sauce.
Yeah, Hugh passed out in the bed. Aaron passed out upstairs. And Large is gonna ride home. He'll be fine.
I'm not driving.
Yeah, he's not driving. What did Pudgy say that they'd watch?
What?
Oh, imagine if they left this thing going all watched out, all passed out. Still 15 people watching this. It's on you guys now.
Just wait till Funny Brad shows up.
Yeah. JMZ took off. I missed that. Did you?
I did.
Oh yeah, you did. Pit old Bort. Patrick says large seems legit.
Yeah.
Your response? He's fairly legit.
That was in response to something. Ooh. Rusty with the hot take.
I don't know what that means.
Should have gotten the Gorilla Monsoon instead of the Midnight Special.
Oh. Did you tell him to do that?
I didn't tell him to.
You suggested it?
No, he was asking about it, and I said that we had it. I think they're both awesome bikes.
Yeah, I
A
will.
little different, but
Huh. I should have gotten the Gorilla Monsoon instead of the Midnight Special. I'm on the fence about that. I like both those bikes. I guess,
Gorilla Monsoon fits a little bigger tire. But yeah,
what is the
guess-
what is the clearance of a Midnight Special?
Midnight Special. I don't know what the biggest tire you could fit. I know they come stock with 48s,
Oh, yeah, so they're not tiny.
but the Gorilla Monsoon will fit a 2.5.
Oh,
inch
really?
tire. Yeah,
What are you running on your Monsoon? right now?
48.
48s?
Yeah,
What's Zach running on his?
48s.
48, so. Yeah. Traveling through said, let's ranch on the stool. Oh, Rusty says, you did tell him. You
Yeah.
did. Hey, you should listen to the guy who works at the bike shop.
Nah.
They're both great bikes. I mean, they're both great steel frames.
And I think Rusty found the Midnight Special like out by him.
yeah,
where-
instead of getting it shipped and having that
Yeah.
whole to pay
It's
for all
just
of that.
yeah, whole another process. But
Saved it. I'm a DJ, don't you know?
Midnight Special fits 2.3.
And Rusty said he hates that the Midnight Special buzzes his toe with the 650 at 47. So he's talking about toe overlap? Is that what he's talking about with the front? Do you
Yeah,
think?
it must be.
Yeah. Does the Midnight Special run 700C or 650?
Oh, Rusty works at a bike shop too.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I don't think you've ever said that. Has he?
No.
In any of these streams, if I missed that,
maybe.
or in any
Probably.
in the Discord, has he ever showed like a bike shop thing?
I didn't know that.
I mean, he's talking about moving wherever. I assume this is a guy who, you know,
Yeah, I know he's in the National Guard.
Yeah.
Or works with them.
yeah.
What all does Aaron's Pacer need?
Well, she got the rear wheel, but she wants something.
I think right now we put a new chain and cassette on, so I think she's gonna take it and see how it rides from there. But yeah. I don't know. It might need chain rings. And also the levers with she's not quite sure if her bum finger is the reason or if it's just the levers, but they're old brifters
9-speed Altegra, yeah.
the front one is like it's pretty hard to push it in, and it's like even harder for her with having the bum finger now, so she's was asking about replacing those too.
I was telling her,
Or servicing them.
and I told Yonda tonight. Then he made fun of me. I was like, replace the the front one where her wrist hurts with the bar end. Like, she still has like the 9-speed, like where you need it in the rear on the cassette. I was like, but replace the front shifter with a bar end shifter. I think that would solve her problems. She rides that bike when she rides it in the drops anyways. So to go to a bar end just to do when she wants to go from the big to the small, that's only when we come to like a stop sign.
Yeah.
You know, so that's my opinion on that. But
I think she should just go to a one by.
on the Pacer, that's a road bike. It's not some one by bullshit. It's
Devil's drivetrain.
yeah, that's a 9-speed
I know.
Ultegra group set. That's like a nice group set. It's still functional. Alejandro said, "Large, can you finish my truck build? It's driving me nuts."
Can you send it from Spain?
Yeah, that's be a real piece of work.
Aluminum hybrid frame, about 20 years old.
Rick is Rick dropping Bloodhound Gang lyrics on us now? I hate buzzes his toe. It's got to be toe overlap is what he's talking. But 650 there would be less toe overlap, right?
I don't know. Some bikes get weird.
Toe overlap doesn't bother me. That's like one of like my least for me, and I don't mean this to be like a because it only happens when you're going like real slow. So if I like bump my toe on a tire, because if you're moving at any kind of pace, you're not steering into a turn, you're leaning into a turn, you know. So I've always felt like toe overlap is an issue, is overrated.
Yeah.
Once you're out of the parking lot, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, if you're bombing a gravel or road descent, toe overlap is not an issue. Where I've bumped my toe on like the vintage French bikes because they're tucked, but it's like just because I'm not like going anywhere yet. Like, I don't know.
There's some bikes too that are worse than others, but yeah, I've never. I mean, that green fixed gear I always rode. I would bump my toe on that every once in a while, but even then, I don't know. It wasn't a big deal.
Oh, Rusty said it rubs the end of his toe. And Alejandro said he's in. Oh, you're in Florida right now. I didn't realize. I might have missed. You know, I obviously miss some things here and there once in a great while, but. So Malk said straggler toe overlaps like a mug. I don't know what that means, but doesn't bother him. And Rusty said makes it hard to track stand.
Track stands.
Yeah. Look who's a grammar Nazi all of a sudden.
That out.
Are you rolling out of here on me?
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Just gearing up. Gotta go for Kenny's KOM on the
Oh, the downhill?
Euler downhill.
How much more did you guys drink after I left?
We finished the beers that we got, and then I had Greg brought out 4 beers. Were you there when he did?
No, right when they were locking up their bikes, I was leaving.
Oh, yeah. He brought out Modelo's. So I had one of those.
Oh, yeah, so basically a glass of water.
Aaron didn't have any more.
Pudgy, the Pacer is 2x9 Ultegra, so it's a double. Yeah.
Double.
Rusty said, fuck off, Large. I had lots of beers. Yeah, one Aaron S here and there. This is you can't see it, but the bike on the trainer, I actually have 3x9 9-speed Ultegra on, so that's a legit question. Don't ever get a wheel on trainer from Saris. I made a video about saying how it's fine, but it was keep fucking popping tires, and
The trainer?
I'm not sure about the watts. What's his name gave me this though? Your buddy, the fast guy, the guy who's become really fast now.
Oh, Adam Bennett.
Yeah, Adam Bennett. Yeah. To put that on to replace the one I flatted on. And look, I like that it has nothing. It's just flat. So hopefully this works better with the wheel on trainer. Yeah. I didn't turn on my new lights.
Mostly kombucha and vodka tonight for Patrick.
Kombucha and vodka? That's a weird mix. Don't you judge my additional S. What did we call Rusty's woman? His woman? Is that what got us in trouble?
Rusty?
Yeah. I thought this was a
remember
total. I thought this was a total sausage fest. I've never worried about offending women on this stream.
That must have been before I got here.
Ah, yeah. Oh, Alejandro said half the year working in Florida, in early summer back to Spain for a few months. Huh. Oh, just a month in Florida and 11 in Spain. Interesting.
All right, dudes. I think I'm out of here.
I think we should all be out of here. I do have to get up early. It's already
I'm
late.
gonna crawl into bed with Ryan.
That's why you put your helmet on.
Yep.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's. Oh wait.
What? I want to hear this.
Do you have time? Better hurry up.
Oh, that's way
Here it comes.
delayed.
Traveling through Super Chatted $25. Cooling by the lockers getting kind of funky. Me and the crew were drinking Brass Monkey.
Thanks, traveling through, man. Oh man. Oh, did you guys see that? TT met traveling through, but Lawson Craddock won the time trials for the U.S. National Championships
No.
today.
Nice.
Denied? What do you mean denied?
Later, fellas.
All right, guys. Thanks for this dealing with this horrible late stream. We did get some good tire. I thought it was interesting early on, and then we had a legit conversation for a minute there, right?
Yeah. And then we kept that turd hidden over there. See if my bike's still here.
I gotta lock that door behind you.
Later.
See ya. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. I actually have a shoot at like 8 in the morning tomorrow. Thanks, traveling. Had a blast. Thanks, Alejandro. Thanks, Pudgy. Rick, Patrick, Rusty. Traveling through, if you still love the show. It was an unconventional one. Yeah, group effort. You guys powered me through. I didn't get anything. That's why I didn't post it earlier. But all right, let's get it back together for Tuesday and do something legit.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Cause
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.